Hi guys, welcome to yet another stream. Just been playing poker for 4.5 hours almost, so it is time for something a little bit more relaxing, I would say. And that something is gonna be the Pillars of Eternity. So you will see me roleplay a little bit. You will see me die most likely. Um, Because I put it on hard difficulty and that game is just freaking tough, man. But I love it. I just love the game. So I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions about me, character, or whatever, um, just ask. I will talk a little bit, but I will also be immersed in the world somewhat. Mainly not because of stream purposes, but just because I uh, really like where this game is going so far. So let's see, I did save just over. This is the save I need. So what happened so far is that we escaped the sort of tutorial dungeon. In that dungeon, we had one companion die already because of a decision we made. Then we came out of the dungeon. There was some sort of strange ritual going on. Uh, and during that ritual, another of my companions died. So it is only me and my bear here, Bobbe, and a bunch of dead people hanging from a tree. That is that's what we're up against, guys. And I just entered this town. Apparently, a baby was born, but it was either a stillborn or a hollowborn. A hollowborn is apparently a child without a soul. Um, yeah, and
Certainly.
that is really all. That's all I can tell you guys, I'm afraid. So we're in this town, we just arrived, we only had a conversation with one NPC, he warned us well, for the Hollowborn, and apparently the Godlike, which is a race, and they don't seem to be very welcome here. Orgat is the guy I just talked to. That was in the previous stream though. So I suppose we're just gonna ask some people what's going on there.
You looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Looking for anyone who can help me feel better, yeah. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. I think that means I can enter here and
To whispers and shadows.
oh, that's gonna get me seen. I will examine the tree. The thing is, someone told me to, if possible, loot something from the tree. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers and notes half erased by the rains. But I cannot interact with any of these. So there's not too much I can do there. We could go down the temple. Not going to yet. There's a few. There's a few like an inn and something like that. Where I want to go first. How far in is this now? Like 2.5 hours, and like at least 30 minutes, 40 minutes of dying in the previous zone, trying to kill 3 wolves, which I simply couldn't do. And then I finally managed to do it, and then I encountered a bear, and that bear killed me all the same. So yeah, it's one of those. It's also on hard, by the way. All right, feel. Oh. As you near, you feel a vibrant history containing the essence of this man's soul. Voices from his past seem to call out to you. Okay, let's reach out for the soul. Whoa. You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroidered on the banner. The vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained, and their armor has not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal. At their head stands a commander, awkward in full armor but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth, his countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troop. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as Stygian clouds race towards them overhead. The soldiers stand, only the staccato movement of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troop. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. Okay. That was it though. Yeah, the wall of text. Hey, but we're reading every bit, mate. I'm really enjoying this game so far. This is the smithy something. Yeah, Blackhammer Smithery. Suppose we'll just enter. See what it's all about. We should also definitely get to the inn because in the inn there's a quest for us. We saved some guy and he was like a patron or a cook. He was a cook in the inn. And so we should be okay. I never changed that bitrate. It's 2500. Should be fine here. I'm not dropping any frames either. Oh, does this mean it's stealing the red hand? Probably, right? Let's save. Would that be stealing? It doesn't say so, but would it? Not sure if it's normally like a red hand. A flail? You've been caught stealing. Okay. Yeah. Let's load then. Just wanted to know if that was stealing.
I shall.
But it is. Okay. So we can probably just talk with this guy. This Amawa man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame his square-jawed face, coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome, you're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have here? You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be. But we found weapons and armor to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer. Yeah, let's ask what happened. We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near a week now, and haven't seen a sign of it. Have to suspect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe, to make some coin. As if that lot would dare. Twatanu scratches his jaw, thinking, if you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to his grace, Lord Redrick. Twatunu glances at the nearby guard. And that's as it should be. But it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. I'll find your supplies. Twatanu nods. Then you have my thanks. You bring the supplies back and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up, or I can take up farming instead. So, that's one quest.
Hello.
I will still see what he has though. So I'm currently holding 300 copper pieces. I got a ton of stuff in my stash though. It's not worth a whole lot. Can I sort this by any chance? Is that even possible? I don't see like an auto sort button. But I am going to sell like every shield I got. Okay, yeah, this is good. We can just trade it. This is a one-handed axe. This is a two-handed axe. A hatchet, fast. I think we'll just sell that. This is a spear that we got. Average 13 to 18 damage. Average 13 to 18 crush. Fast 10 to 15. These, I think the DPS on all these weapons is pretty similar. We're selling all these daggers for sure. That hatchet, that hatchet. I'll just keep one small shield. Are these all hunting bows? Yeah. And this is a sword. And a rapier. I might keep some of these. I don't think I want that hatchet though. Alright, well we got a bunch of armor as well. This is actually worth quite a bit. I'll keep one of each, I feel. So I'll keep one skill armor, one leather armor. I might find some people who I can equip it to. Clothing. I will keep this cloak as well. Yeah, I can't really do anything about it. I'm not dropping frames or anything. You could try watching on your phone or something. I could sell beer. What does it do? Oh. It reduces damage. That's actually interesting. While few foreigners have much kind to say about the beer in Durwood, where locals prefer to indulge in narcotics, beer is still a staple of every inn, home, and drunken feud. Yeah. Some other stuff. Wolf hides, lockpicks. And these are all ingredients. I'm not gonna sell them right now, because I don't know if these will come in handy later on. I would suspect so. So there's a few magic items that he has that are really expensive. And then he has like the usual items, it seems. A ring, a cape, a figurine, a rope and grappling hook. Right, right. This is what I may need, as a matter of fact. And a pry bar. These are two items that I will be buying right now. Because I will show you in a second why. Which is also why this game is so brilliant. Um, we'll trade all of this. There we go. It didn't put that stuff in my stash now, did it? No, it's on my character, I hope, yeah. So what else may we trade? We will trade the rod, for sure. And another leather armor. Yeah, it works right now. That's good. And the torch. Okay. Okay, we're all good here. Is he gonna... Okay. So we have two more NPCs here. Let's just save, by the way. Yeah, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. This is the... What? No, I know that. This is a journal. I made a note, right? Felwood Stairs, which is the region. I just called it my note after the region. This is what I wrote. I wrote this yesterday. I need some tools to climb the Felwood Stairs, bottom right corner. Probably a rope or something similar. So I just picked up something like that. I will travel back in when I'm done here and try to climb that wall because there's a treasure behind it and I want that treasure. So here we're gonna have another little chat. Again? Alright, as you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach for the soul. You see a man crouching, surreptitious and alone, a series of untamed shrubs, all that hides him from the vision ahead. His eyes are locked on the Delumgun, beautiful and terrible, eyes half-lidded as she hums. A bird with fantastic blue and orange plumage sits on her shoulder, thrilling gently, and the man is entranced. Trembling, tentative, he stands, and the tranquility is broken by the bird's startled squawk. The Delumgun half smiles, beckoning with twig-like fingers. She does not speak as he approaches. His mouth is dripping sounds of awe and admiration. She waits, coy and tempting, with the agonizing slowness he is before her. Then something changes. He sees something hanging limply from his side, and begins to hiss, fingers suddenly clawed and his eyes black with hate. He has no time to reach for his axe or grimoire as she strikes, and just as soon as he strikes she is gone. The only evidence of her existence is the shuddering wreck on the ground. He grabs at his grimoire nevertheless, and begins to chant, but the words of magical language of his own imagining, scribbled in a maniacal shorthand, ring hollow, and the silence continues unabated. He turns and shrugs at someone or something, but if there is something there, you do not see it. We got more of this. I do like this though. I mean the whole... Apparently we can see into their past, right? At some point I do expect to actually speak with these guys, but you see a group of adventurers surrounded by a crowd of attacking Saurips. This man is with them, seemingly unconcerned by the battle, even detached from it, as he stands in the middle of his comrades chanting, his expression bordering on elation. His voice is powerful and deep, booming out across the combatants as a rich counterpoint to the chaos of their fighting. With every phrase, the battlefield changes. His allies glow with a pulsing blue light, freezing Saurips that surround them. A blazing pyre erupts from the ground, cutting and burning the creatures and sending them scattering. One of the fallen Saurips suddenly explodes, as three giants crawl from its corpse and attack the remaining enemies. The man continues to chant, thoroughly enthralled in the joy of the moment. Finally, the creatures have been reduced to one. His allies stand back as the man approaches, still chanting. He removes his hammer and swings it at the Saurip. His phrase ends as the hammer connects with its head, punctuating the spell and bringing his song to an end. The bellows sighs into the furnace and the coals burn brighter still. Once again, I'm gonna try. I think I may actually loot this. Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency. Not sure if I'm gonna read all of this. I think this is not stealing then. No, it's not stealing. I cannot, however, use the forge or any of this. So let's talk to the apprentice. No. He's not gonna tell me anything. What's this then? On account of Tuatanu's sales, the pages are nearly empty. You can't steal, yeah. This is a red cursor. Once I take these things, it's stealing. But I'm not gonna be stealing. That's for another character, another day. We'll make a thief at some point. My character is like really well, I wouldn't say ignorant. Well, he's sort of ignorant. He's ignorant. He doesn't really care too much about the future.
Silence surrounds me.
He doesn't really have a clear plan. No, we're not gonna take it all, kill them all. These are houses just for decoration, it seems. And here we can... There's a bunch of villagers and a bunch of cows. This is just the road to... I'm not sure to what.
Silence surrounds me.
We could, you know, we could do this. Perhaps find that treasure that way. More waypoints there. Despite the rain, the stalks feel as dry and stiff as a locust husk. We'll loot the flowers. They will be added to the stash automatically. There's all kind of waypoints here. You can do a murder playthrough and literally kill every character. Yeah, I suppose so. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't sell off the scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards come through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swainer. I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull. And we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. Alright. We might investigate. And these guys just disappeared, though. Here's some more things we can loot. Mushrooms, it seems.
To whispers and shadows.
The settler's arrow.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
I hope we won't get shot between the eyes, that would be bad. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn and his eyes wide. Behind him a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Well, we could say that I don't like being threatened, which is true. But let's go with hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. The miller hesitates, then lowers the club a fraction. Who are you? Is Swamer roping foreigners into his little crusade now? Well, we know who Swainer is. Let's ask what was all the ruckus outside. Trumbull shakes his head. Where to begin? Swainers whipped them up into a froth, going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale. And Swainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town. I did. The crop's blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers, Trumbull gestures to the sacks and containers, is gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Schweiner's howling after a thing he has no right to. Yeah, it seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. It's not, he pauses. Look, Schweiner's always been a rotten bastard, with stores so limited. Maybe I saved the good stuff for people who deserve it. Afra, for instance, she's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? Right, now this gets interesting then. Do the villagers know about the grain supply? Trumbull looks embarrassed. Some, the innkeeper for instance. It's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If you can just keep things calmed down until then, we'll be in the clear. Yeah, the innkeeper? Trumbull winces. I wouldn't drink the ale, is all I'm saying. Wow. So he's like selling blighted supplies, and people are drinking from that ale. Alright, maybe I ought to have a talk with Swainer then. The miller all but sagged with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it. If you can convince him. Well, wow, there's so many people here, by the way.
To whispers and shadows.
You see, this would be stealing too. A rancid stench rises from this grain. It's mushy and mottled with green. So, I'm not necessarily gonna help this guy. That's all I'm saying. Just a villager. Probably more visions from these guys. This is something I cannot enter, apparently.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Let's see if there's any treasure around here. Doesn't seem like it. You wouldn't expect much of a treasure hidden in town, but you never know. Yeah, let's reach out. You see a pair of immaculately polished leather boots and an impeccably maintained goatee. As their owner, a slightly hook-nosed man with a wicked grin and narrow eyes. He bobs his feathered head at a nearby merchant as he ambles by. A small piece of parchment held tight in his fist, ink staining his fair fingers. He seems to know most of the merchants in the market, stopping to engage some, nodding at others, and even bartering for minor goods with a select few, always smiling, laughing, and exchanging jibes. He approaches the heavy-set Amawa, smile plastered stiff across his face, and jokes about the weather. She jokes back, subtly palming him several gold coins. When he walks away, the paper in his hand is gone, and the smile on his face far more genuine. He tips his cap at her, winking, and trundles off with new spring in his step. This guy. You see a large crowd gathered in the middle of a courtyard. This man stands in the midst of them, a cloak pulled over his head. holding it close around his neck. The crowd is congregated around the platform, and they all watch, transfixed, as a man is led to the platform, flanked by two city guardsmen. The man is shackled hand and foot, but carries himself as a nobleman, not deigning to even a glance at the crowd. The cloaked man pulls his cover closer around his face and turns to leave, hunching over to avoid being seen. A crier on the platform unrolls a parchment and begins to read, but the man pays no attention, intent on getting away from the courtyard. The crier's voice grows louder and more intense as he reads, and the voices from the crowd start to punctuate his sentences. The jeers and shouts grow more frequent, and with each one the cloaked man flinches and his shoulders droop. He breaks from the crowd, coming to an edge of the courtyard as the crier reaches the end of his proclamation. The crowd grows silent again, save for the occasional shout. The man turns back to look at the platform, seeing his father kneeling before the block, neck exposed. The executioner moves into position, lifting his axe to strike. The man turns suddenly, unable to watch. There's a wet thunk, and the crowd breaks into cheers and applause. He leans against the wall, regaining his composure, then straightens up. With obvious resolve, he strides off, away from the crowd and his legacy. It's nasty.
Silence surrounds me.
Okay. Let's visit these two houses. So this is not stealing. This is just a bunch of beer. Nanten and Ingrid. Ingrid. This man and women appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Good day, stranger.
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Nanten? He should. Nanten coughs. Yes. I think we met in the Valewood. I warned him about the bear. He inclines his head. Glad to see you've made it. Was there something else you wanted? Yeah, so a little backstory here. I met this guy in the previous region, the Valewood, and he told me about a bear that apparently killed his companion. I went to the bear's cave and took a look. There was indeed a body over there, but I couldn't really examine it because of the bear. The bear instantly killed me more than once. So that's the background of this quest. And now apparently we see that they are in a hurry to get away, which is weird because this guy Nanten told me that the bear ate his friend. So it is a little bit questionable if the bear indeed ate his friend, isn't it? So let's say you two are in good spirits for people who just lost a friend. That's unkind of you to say. I'm grieving my husband in my fashion. I'm only sorry I could not convince him to leave the Gilded Vale before this happened. I'm relieved to be rid of this terrible place, that's all. It's cost me the greater part of my life and now my husband. And I'm glad to be free of it. They seem to be in a hurry as well. Yes, I imagine so. She laughs. We're packed for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay and, well, in truth, I think I've had my fill of this town. Norton reaches to take her hand. It's time for some new scenery, he says. I see a little love affair, ladies and gentlemen. Some sweet, sweet lovin'. I'm not too sure that she minds her husband is dead. Is there anything else you can tell me about the Gilded Vale? Ingrid smiles wryly. Only that you want to be moving on as soon as you can. You'll have seen the tree, I imagine, but the rot goes deeper. If you were looking for work, I'd say you'd have a better chance of it elsewhere. We're headed for Defiance Bay ourselves, not an Ed's. Yeah. We will leave, though.
Silence surrounds me.
It's a shame that we couldn't do anything with the bear. By which I mean kill it. We just weren't able to. This bottle of sun red is half empty. The Durwood Part 2, The Broken Stone War. I think we'll read this at a campfire at some point or something in time. And we'll put this in the stash meanwhile. Because we don't really need it. How's the mead? So all alcohol, oh, +2 damage reduction even. For a shorter amount of time, but still. You can stack up all those buffs if you want to. Just before a fight. So you can eat like the 3 different kinds of food. You can drink 2 different kind of beers. And I'm pretty sure it all stacks up. Which is rather nice, of course.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Oh yeah, and when I mouse over an object and it's white, like it has like a white, I don't even know what this would be called, but you know, it's lighting up and it's white, right? White means it's empty, blue means there's something in it. Because these, you know, these are blue. If I hover over it, so there's still something in there. I'm taking the berries, the spring berries. Yeah, there's a lot of reading involved here, but I think that oh, there's more and more ghosts here. Yeah, I do feel that the writing itself is like really good. Even in the quests and something and stuff like that, the writing is like really, really excellent. 2 more people that I can probably sort of read with my new abilities. Red's scurry behind the sacks. So we'll just read. Wow. Okay. You see a crowded marketplace, vendor stalls lining the road, their proprietors' voices calling out to passers-by to come sample their wares. This woman wanders through the throngs, strolling hand in hand with another woman. They peruse the vendor's goods, tarrying at a book merchant with a number of old and beautiful tomes, chatting with one another about what they see. One will pick up a book and show it to the other, who will take it, comment on it, and place it back on its shelf. Then the first will snatch up the book again and quickly pay the merchant, before the other can snatch it back. They walk away from the market weighed down by packs filled with books, still hand in hand, standing close, comfortable and familiar with each other. As they pass down a somewhat deserted street, an object suddenly hits this woman in the chest and bounces off, rolling away toward one of the buildings. The women stop and look at the object, an apple, and then back up at the person who threw it. There's nothing special about him aside from the angry look on his face and the 2 other apples he holds. Before either woman can move, a man draws back and throws another one at them, this time hitting the second woman in the forehead. He yells at them something derisive and hateful, something about a legacy and about responsibilities. The woman raises her hand to her head and wipes the juice and bits of fruit from her face and stares the man down defiantly. The first woman squeezes her hand and puts the other on her companion's shoulder, attempting to calm her down. The other woman pulls a book from her pack and holds it before her, muttering under her breath. She pulls her hand free and waves it above the book. an aura forming around her. The first woman is still trying to call her down, but all she says goes unheard. The man, unscaring of the events happening in front of him, draws back and throws the last apple. As it arcs through the air and towards them, the second woman brings up her hand and points at the apple. A glowing orb of energy flies from her hand and strikes the apple, causing it to explode, raining bits of apple down on the road and buildings around them. The man's face changes, anger joined by fear, looking like he's trying to decide if running or attacking is the better course of action. The second woman has started chanting again, her hand glowing, her eyes narrowing. This woman steps in front of her, placing herself between her love and their attacker. She touches her face, gently stroking it, while whispering calming words. A kiss. The woman's countenance changes. She calms, her eyes softening, her lips regaining the lost smile. The first woman smiles again as well, and kisses the other. "Who is it, scum?" the man behind him says, and the two women turn to face him, staring him down defiantly. They join hands and begin walking again, moving past him without so much as a sideways glance. I actually don't agree there, lifestyle, but I think there should be quite a, I mean, if you're interested in this game, you shouldn't mind the reading either. I don't think it's necessarily bad for the stream. You see a key turn gently, steady, and hear a ghostly click as the door swings inward. Two figures slip in, locking the door behind them, and begin to prowl. Their hunt is efficient, and it takes them little time to acquire a sizable collection of documents in oddly shaped velvet pouches. Quick hands fill pockets, rucksacks, bags. The door opens downstairs and everything freezes. Footsteps, a tired giggle. The thieves are all eye whites and a short breath as they empty their pockets of all but the necessities, anything noisy hurriedly replaced. Silence from downstairs, then tentative steps up the staircase. A voice calls out. One thief creeps forward, the other gesticulating wildly for him to return. He continues forward, crouching by the banister. He sees a gaudy shoe and shoves. The woman falls with a cut-up scream, rolling lifelessly to the floor below. Swearing, the second thief grabs her brother, and they make their escape, collecting whatever of value they can carry on the way out. Yeah, the throat is a different matter altogether. Basically, because I've already been streaming 4.5 hours of poker, which involved me talking about a lot of hands as well. I got more water though. Goldratt Chew. Alright, so it temporarily reduces my fatigue. That's useful.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
You will get fatigued. Like pretty fast. So we went in there. We went. Where's the inn? The road south, the road west, north. The windmill, the house, the road east. The Blackhound Inn. We need to go there. Then there's a temple. There's the stairway down where we can go. Adair we've spoken to. Aloth we haven't. And Ofra's house. She's the woman who's with child, I suppose. At least that's what
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
That's what this guy told us. Should be over here, I imagine. Let's see what's up here. There's Alfra, so this would be stealing again. There's a cat as well. This worn dog-cared book is titled Travels Upon the Celtic Sea. There is an etched illustration of a vast finned leviathan. Afra. A Derwooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she's clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter. So the thing is, there's like a disease or something in this game where, um, which causes new babies, I would suppose, to be either stillborn or hollow born, born without a soul. So I have the feeling that every time that someone is like pregnant, um, uh, it's uh, it's a really tricky situation because of quite a high chance of a miscarriage.
Greetings.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startled noise when she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. She gives you a cautious smile. Can I help you? Yeah, nice cat. Uh, yeah, nice cat. Afra smiles brightly. Oh, thank you, she's a sweetheart. Keeps the house clear of mice, too. I know who she's expecting. She's expecting the guy from the mill. Oh. Oh, really? My sister Kaliska is traveling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came. Said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She always was a tough one. She pauses. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road or a caravan, perhaps it's Master Dimas. Yeah, that is basically all of us. I did. Everybody got killed. It is the woman that walked into the trap at the start of the dungeon that is Kaliska. She didn't make it. Afra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled voice was gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kaliska was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister, I'm sorry, stranger, I just can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her, if I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Alfred's face crumples and a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Wow, he can be a right-up bastard here. Um, let's be not like super helpful. What I'm gonna do for sure is make like a paladin at some point and play like a really good character. Paladin, sword and shield, plate armored, good character, help everybody in the game. Right now though, we're kind of neutral, ignorant, not caring too much, but not like a bastard either. Someone just like me. Afra wipes at her eyes. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Callista as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in the Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. So, it's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Redrick, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. She sniffs. With my Hathert gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hoped Kaliska could help me. They say Renga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollow-born, but she moved south to Anslok's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey is too far for me, I can't make it as I am. But I don't have anyone else now, with Kaliska's gone. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? Yeah. I will find her, I think. Afra blinks, eyes wide. You will? Oh, God bless you. Here, I'll give you coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of, well, I'm not sure. But it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. When you reroll, you'll be a little thief. I think you could have quite a bit of fun as a thief. I mean, I could be a thief here as well. I got quite good skills for it, so I may still do that. Yeah, these are gonna be on YouTube as well. Anslag's Compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. She claps her hands together. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. She sets a hand on her stomach, smiling through her tears. Yeah, I'm putting these on YouTube. The thing is, though, you know, I can sneak.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
But I'm being seen, obviously, so it's gonna be really hard stealing there. And I'm walking in through the front door, so I'm not really sure how I would ever be able to steal there. Unless I, like, kill her or something. But, it does take them, like, a little bit, though, to see me, as you can see. Right, I'm still in stealth. A lot of angry townsmen and Aloth. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Ooh, a fight. Let's say nothing. One of the other men glared at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You've got a lot of gal mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners, especially not Adarians.
Go on, say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Nice.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
Alright, seems like a fight, boys.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Well, seems like he is suffering from a split personality, isn't he? He's partly elf, and the other personality is a dwarven one.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah. Slap that bitch. I don't know. I'm not staying out of this one. I just wish I would have saved. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. Is this unnecessary? You're not going to take that from him, are you? Let's try that. No, we're not taking it from you either. Is that it? Okay, can we save still? I mean, this guy is probably gonna help me, right? That would be nice, at least. So, little bear, go.
Yes?
We will stay back for just a little bit. Alright, great. So, let's use the Eyes of Prey on this guy and then just attack him. We should be fine, really. There we go. Oh, he's dead already? Okay, these are easy, man. Damn! Shot him to pieces. Bring back the pieces. Alright, as the last of the attacker falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
What? Save limit? I hope not. I don't think so. Actually, that was fun.
Then I can't imagine you lack for entertainment in these parts.
It's true. He straightened his hood, and you know the remains of fraying embroidery on his clothes. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Really? How did you manage to get stuck out there? That is something of a long story.
I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
Yeah, I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some
In
ruins.
Griffin Ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Well, that's what we found, a biowac. Might interest him.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Yeah, just how did you manage to cross those street drunks? We kinda heard it, but
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. That is actually true. We could also say it more eloquently. He did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. But let's be blunt here. That. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. This happens all too easily after a few pints, and the action doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief. But before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time, my apologies. Alright, what are you doing in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question.
Thank you.
I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
And you? I have been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls. I don't see any harm just being honest with this guy. Seems like a nice fella, even though he has at least two personalities.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. And he has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Yeah, that's why everybody's hanging from the tree there. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise will be best sought elsewhere, yes. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
True. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Yep. Me too. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Great. Alright, let's check this guy out. Aloth, 40 endurance, 120 health.
Aye?
Aye. Apparently he has a grimoire. I'm not sure what that is. He has Arcane Assault. Unleashes a bolt of magical energy from the grimoire. Alright, it's like a spellbook. That inflicts raw damage and dazes targets in the area. And this is first level wizard spells. Dazzling Lights. This is a daze. Creates a cone of fire in front of the caster, causing burn damage. This is the castles has become so cold as to freeze with what they touch. Does freeze damage to a target. And this is missiles, arcane missiles probably. Perhaps not arcane missiles, but at least normal magical missiles. And then we have weapon sets. A scepter. Right now he's wearing 2 scepters.
Indeed.
Oh, he's wearing a scepter and his spellbook. That's pretty cool. I think if we press C, we can see what he's all about. Yeah. So he's had like a lot of dexterity, a lot of intelligence. Active effects. His leather armor. And he has distant advantage as well, just like me. Oh, he's got a ton of lore. That's good, because I've got none. Great. A 2nd level wizard. And I'm a 2nd level ranger. Oh, we both wood elves. Well, we're gonna be a merry bunch then.
Oh?
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Alright. A club is gonna go in the stash. Most of this is gonna go in the stash. Simple clothing. And we'll loot the rest. It's just worth some cash. So 3 right now. Some more flowers. We can peek through the window. The windows are clouded with the haze of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. Huh. Yeah, this is the last place we're gonna check out. I should definitely speak with the cook here, because I saved him. Quite a few people here. Grain. We'll just loot it. Yeah, 2 more of these people. Not gonna talk to them now. We'll get those stories later. Potion of Wizard's Double. That seems like something for this guy. And the money is it doesn't really matter. That's just money. Drunkard, villager. Can we talk to a drunkard? And who are you then? Another fool to come to answer Raedric's invitation? Our great lord had my sister run out of town after the boy was born. She was the only family I had left, not sure where she is now. Blazes, I need another drink. Let's talk to this little fella. I just carry the dishes. You want to talk at Pasca at the counter there? We might want that. Can we just... Here, there he is, 10th Wraith. Let's see. Ah, it's you, my savior. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Thank you. I think. Crafting? Does that mean I can craft it right now? There's a savory pie. Oh. Could I just craft it out in the wild? Dragon meat. So I will be needing grain, beer, and meat. I had some meat, but I ate it. So yeah. Should have hold on to that probably. Alright, let's talk to the owner.
Greetings.
Hello, and welcome to the Innkeeper Looks Up. Oh, it's you. Tenthrift told what you did for him. It's such a relief to have you back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenthrift said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So, what would you like? A room would probably allow me to rest, right? I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Oh well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. Yeah, a level 1 adventurer. I can just buy this guy for my party then? Would it just be like a one-time purchase? Inns allow characters to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider the more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and in fact the entire party. That's a really interesting concept. So the common room is free. Oh, wait. The common room is free because I saved this guy, right? What else? There's a store. Perhaps I can buy some meat. And there's a discount. They don't sell meat though. What is this? Party management. Oh, that's also in the inn. From the party management screen, you can see what your allies are up to when they aren't in your party. If you've assigned them to adventures, you can see how long it will take for them to complete their assignment. Recalling a companion or adventurer from a mission before it is completed will forfeit all of the potential rewards for that assignment. Okay. So I think I will hire this dude. He's just level 1, but that's okay. We're only level 2. And I got some copper, right? So let's do that. Oh, we can determine what he's gonna do. That is interesting. Let's get a girl this time. So what we do want, we want a fighter, right? This is the thing we were lacking. So let's get a dwarf, because by now I'm pretty sure what we want. Mountain dwarves are potion to defend against poison and disease attacks. Boreal dwarves gain 15 accuracy against any creature of the wilder or primordial types. No idea about that. Let's get a mountain dwarf. Yeah, I was looking for a fighter, most likely. Yeah. Yeah, sword and shield. Fighter is a barbarian. Like any good? No, I don't think so. Let's get a fighter. Knockdown is pretty good. The fighter intensely focuses on his or her training, significantly losing accuracy for a short amount of time. Only 15 seconds. I think the knockdown is way more useful there. So what do we want? We want Constitution apparently, because we want this guy to live, or this girl actually. Perception, somewhat recommended for a fighter. And then Resolve, 14, Perception 14, just like that. Dexterity is like really low though. I think this is okay. At least she's got a ton of health. That's really all I want. I just need her to be able to taunt. I just hold the aggro, so to speak. I think you shouldn't go higher than 16 anyway, because I do believe that you can just get some items to get it up to 18, stuff like that. Okay, what else would we like? Probably something like Resolve or Constitution. Let's do Rawatai. Self-survival, athletics, mechanics, lore. Let's do athletics and survival. That means that she'll not get fatigued very long, and survival will increase her the potions, the duration of potions. I kind of like the way she looks. I think this is actually fine. This is like really ugly. Oh, there's some music. Yeah, this is all good. Doesn't really look like a dwarven lady, does it? Do we have dwarven women? This is just to try this out anyway. Well, there's a dwarf, but these are obviously guys. Really? They should really increase the amount of portraits here. Okay, let's go with this. I think. Or that. I mean, the hair doesn't match, but that's okay. Mystic?
Leading the way. Steady does it. Huh?
Stoic. It's gonna be... We want a name that is like... How about that? There we go. Freya level 1 fighter. Done. So is she gonna be in the party right now? There she is. Okay, great. We even got an achievement for it.
Yeah?
So, we should have in the stash a few things that you might want. A shield. Probably like, let's take the spear for you. Spear. That. We'll want that as well. You can have a cloak as well if you want to. Okay. And there, use that. Use a cloak. And how about your armor? Oh, it's mill armor. Damage reduction 9. This is only damage reduction 7. How about you? What are you wearing? Leather armor. You'll have this cloak. Oh, you already had a cloak apparently. This one should be better. I like the fact that it swings around. Look at it. Crazy physics. Okay. Great. All good. So, increased our party by 2. I'm gonna travel back right now because we've done pretty much all we want. Oh, let's just stay in the room.
Good day to you.
I might want to know more about the inn as well. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hounds is fairly new. We got a lot of new faces in here too, fewer than we used to, I'll admit. 10th is the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. He even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see, the Black Hound. Still sitting upstairs pining after him, poor old girl. She ended up in my hands somehow, she laughs. My very own inn, a lot of hard work involved, and it's been worth it so far. Yeah, I'd like a room though. The common one, because it's free. There we go. This means I'm more rested up and I can just adventure without getting fatigued that often. Ooh. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like mouldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word, Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman, you remember her, seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm that she is truly dead. Alright, that actually updated our quest. That was not my intention, but that is okay. We can go upstairs. Let's just do that for now. Carouser. Yeah, more. We're not gonna read all that. I mean, you know, an in-guest that's locked. You can take this book though. 10 Years of Dawn. Please leave me be. I'm full of sickness with what I've seen of this place and its people. Oh, there's a black hound. Oh. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Sorry girl, I don't think he's coming back. Yeah. The dog whines softly again, head tilting. Yeah, you could come with me. I'll have a dog in my party as well. We're already up to 5 then. Oh, the dog's ears perk up. It trots over you and barks happily. Oh, but it's not actually a member. It's what? Where did it go? The party has gained an item, Black Hound. Okay. This is outside. We've seen this. Yeah. We can just get down. Let's just do that. We're pretty much done here anyway. Yeah, I've explored everything here. I will take a look at the tree. No, we will not let Pucci die. I do wonder though. Here he is, Black Hound, pet, value. This small dog has a glossy black coat and an affable disposition. She trots along at your heels, gazing up devotedly whenever you come to a stop. But is she actually there? I don't think so, right? No, she's not. So we're... Oh, I leveled up as well. Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's save first. How did you see a save limit? I don't think there's a save limit. It's because I'm overriding old games. I just don't want to be stuck on all the old saves there. I'm not gonna go back to them anyway. Alright, so points left. Right, what we... Oh, points to advance. So it actually... yeah, it actually remembers. Well, what we certainly want is athletics. Because I underestimated this a little bit. And then perhaps 1 point in survival. How about mechanics? I think mechanics are pretty good. Just to disarm all kinds of stuff. Right, next. What will it unlock for me? So this is just an ability, right? A ranger gets to a speedy and fluid offensive rhythm, reducing accuracy but increasing fire rate. So if I would be wielding like a I was gonna say shotgun, but a crossbow, this would be pretty good. Wounding shot, 2 per encounter. Oh yeah. So this is like sort of slow and a damage over time. Better Descent is only going to be useful once I'm actually doing damage over time. And Vicious Aim. Oh. The Vicious Aim is actually the opposite of the Swift Aim. Which makes me, this is less speed. But more damage. I think we'll go for the wounding shot right now, just see if it's any good. You can use it twice per encounter. It's like a good opening as well, I feel. So if we click it, yeah, there we go. Wounding shot, and we still got Mark Prey if we need it. Right, then there's this guy. He's got just a bunch of lore. I think we should keep up with that for sure. Let's go with athletics. And survival. Thanks, mate. That's appreciated. Okay, so new spells. Wow. I think I'm gonna make this guy like a fire mage. What is this? A scorching ray of flame between the caster and the target. Inflicting continual burn damage to the target and anyone caught in the ray. It lasts for 10 seconds as well, so a necrotic lance. Ooh. Seems good. Rolling flame. 5-meter jump. Area of effect, target burn. Creates a rebounding ball of fire, inflicting burn damage upon anyone in his path. The whole problem there is perhaps that if I'm gonna be caught in that path, I will take damage, right? I'm not sure if that's what I want. What is this, for example? This is a temporary buff. Temporary healing buff. This is a shield spell, but only against elements. This is an area of effect. Wow, there's so many choices. Binding web. Also area of effect, reducing movement speed. 13 seconds. Bewildering spectacle. Confusing enemies. Combusting wounds. Causes enemy wounds in an area of effect to ignite. Yeah. Let's do that. Next. No new talent unlocks. Okay. Seem like we're done. All good. Okay, saving. And then we will head off to the previous region. First of all for my note, and second of all to kill the bear that used to kill me. That bear did kill me quite a few times last time we played. This time though, we have returned in numbers. There's 2 extra people here, and right now we might be good to go. I wonder if the enemies here respawn. That would be. I know they did respawn like in Baldur's Gate. I mean, they even respawn if you just walk back and then walked into an area again. But this is the area where I made my note about. And it's this piece there. So now that I have the grappling rope and stuff like that, I would just expect that right now I can actually climb this. So use a grappling hook, which we just bought. You give the grappling hook a few swings for momentum and let fly. And the hook lodges easily behind a pile of stones at the upper edge of the wall. A few tugs on the rope suggest that it will stay put. Alright, climb to the top. With the help of the rope, you make your way up the face of the wall and over the side. There we go. So this is the treasure that we wanted. There's a few things here, but especially, I mean, it's just a magical item, so that's always good, right? And welcome back, lovely Ephelion. Padded armor that goes into the chest, a scrolled letter. That may be interesting. I think my camping supplies, I think I cannot loot them because the maximum is 2. His gloves. We're just gonna loot it and equip it. And this we might read. I do not think you will ever see this, but you were right, Fulvano. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of the beasts circling below, but I'm done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I shall be a trapper of wolves. Perhaps. Oh, and grats on the 57, mate. Right, we're looting that, and probably this as well. Yeah, the blood moss. Okay, we're just getting down now. Yeah, climb down. There we are. So onto the cave then. It would be like really nice if we could kill the bear this time. He's in here. There. After 3 harsh days of AFK and beach going, I am back. Yeah, it sounds really horrible, lovely. Sounds really like a curse, a 3-day curse. Okay, so this is it.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
This is it, guys. The retry. Will we be able to take our vengeance? There's the bear. We don't really know anything about the bear, about his defenses or anything, but this time,
Aye?
hopefully, we'll not get one-shotted. We still may though. I mean, it's still a bear, but Let's go with a wounding shot on the bear. There we go. Okay, you in front. You in front as well.
Yes.
I think, what do we have? Arcane Assault. Let's put, oh. Just stand over there. Okay. It was a hit. Let's have them engage first. Yeah, let's have them engage first. Oh. We're gonna do the wounding shot on the other bear now.
How may I help?
Okay, let's engage. Kill that bear over there.
Yes.
Probably do that. And you. Yeah. Also. Oh, no. Get back. There we go. 1712. Okay, just keep this guy busy. Knock him down for all I care. There.
Yes.
How have you been doing? Okay, he's doing good. Stay back. Start attacking that guy.
Aye.
We'll take another of those. There. Great. Okay, he's back. He's knocked down. We're all good here, guys. Even Freya's still alive. Are we gonna be using spells here? I don't think it's necessary.
Yes.
We'll mark prey over there and just attack.
Yes.
I think you can attack as well. Oh, he has a wand. He does damage. He does ranged damage. That's good. Everybody's attacking, right? Whoa! Just look at the amount of damage. Let's knock back again. Let's knock down again. Knock him down. There we go. Got it. So yeah, you can probably imagine why I got killed last time I tried this.
Oh.
Oh. Now though, we got the bear hides, and we can finally explore this cave corral. Because this is obviously the guy that got eaten. Let's explore this. Mice crawl through the ice, through eye sockets over femurs. More cave crawl. It's a small chest here with a great sword in it. And then we can talk here. Lost spirit. A figure drifts, suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. Reach out. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you have been struck a blow. Head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the Vale hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chest, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There is a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden, terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. So what basically happened there is what we thought about really in the previous time that we played this game, that his companion just betrayed him, and we're seeing his memory of that certain event. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain, but in a moment of terrible clarity you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. And then there's a great dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the spectre lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. Yeah, I met him on the road. Your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like smoke. I'll find him and see that he answers for what he's done to you. Yeah. For a moment the spirit seems to burn bright, and your head fills with a sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of his own exaltation, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more. Alef looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. Yeah, this does happen a lot. Yeah, this happens a lot. You'll have to get used to it. He folds his arms. That's good to know, but I don't suppose you could tell me what that was all about. No, I'm not really sure. He raised an eyebrow. Indeed. At the risk of sounding patronizing, you should probably have that examined. He scratches his cheek. It's a shame that Lord Radix hanged half of Gilded Vale. The valiant dwarf might have known something about your condition, yeah. I know that. New task, confront Nanton. So Nanton is back in...
Being quiet.
let's scout this for a little bit, by the way. Nanton is back in the Gilded Vale. Yeah, it's a new old school RPG kitty. It's like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, and it's absolutely great. The story is great. The characters are very well done. The first episode is going to be on YouTube real soon. So we're going to travel back to town.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay. Yes, we're going back to the Gilded Vale. And we will confront Nanton. It's night again. We could just sleep at the inn. Wait till morning. We're not... It doesn't really seem like we're fatigued though. There she is. This is what we want to do, but not right now. Let's see the map. Ingrid. Yeah, I think it was Ingrid's house. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was this house. Let's save. There he is. This is Nanton. So let's see what he has to say for himself.
Gods keep you.
Yeah, I know what really happened in that bear cave, Nanton. The color drains from Nanton's face. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. No, you didn't. Are you accusing me of something? Ingrid looks at Nanton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearlie's loss. But it was a wild animal's doing. No, it was not. Norton shakes his head minutely. You see it tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing? Yeah, I'm lacking resolve for these kind of situations. I need higher resolve for... Apparently resolve is gonna affect a ton of conversations as well. But I suppose I can just solve it the normal way. I had a vision in the cave. I saw Pearl's last moments as he lived them. I saw he cut him with a knife. That's not possible. Norton stares at you. How could you possibly know? His hands falls. into his sword belts. I left no signs. Well, you just acknowledged it, guy. None, wait. Ingrid raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in the cave, but this isn't what you think. Burley, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Nont and we met, and I knew I found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please. All we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coins saved up, you could have it, if you'll only let us go. We could just outright attack. We could take it to the magistrate as well, even though I don't really know where that guy is. I think we'll go with the attack option actually. We'll loot the satchels later. Blind fool, nothing draws his bait. You won't take this from us. Not for that wretch.
Oh?
Oh? Pretty sure I will though. Huh? Right, knock him down.
Yes?
You start with that. Bam!
Oh?
Run. Wow, that hurt. Let's do Mark of Prey on Ingrid and start attacking her.
Huh?
Attack him.
Aye?
We can do another there. Okay. Attack Norton. Norton. Norton, no.
Huh?
He is dead. And you're next. There. Okay. Oh, the task is completed. Task completed. Let's loot them. This could be interesting. Ooh, they got a ring. I think we'll give the ring to her actually. I think she needs it the most. Simple clothing. That should go in the stash. A sword. Slash or pierce. Let's go with the sword there. The dagger goes into the...
I shall be discreet.
in the chest. Where are the satchels?
Indeed.
I don't
What
see...
have we here?
There we go. So that's some more copper. Ah, the rope and grappling hook. We'll still take it. Spirits. Gold rod chew. Yeah, camping supplies. I cannot loot them because I'm only allowed to carry 2 for some reason. So you take that ring. Oh wait. No. Wait. Wait. You take that ring. There we go. You take the sword as well. What does a sword do with apart from that? Okay, I think this is actually a better weapon. So we'll just stash that, and we'll stash that as well, and the cape. We stash the books, the great sword there, the war bow. Stash the grappling hook, the pry bar. Yeah, that may come in handy later. do that. Because this character Freya is gonna be the front line. Yeah, we're all good here. Okay, so quest completed. Everybody dead. Now it's time to get to the center of town. Get over here. We're gonna soak up another memory here and hopefully learn something new. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly, from one side to the other, when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her, that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you can reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. I wouldn't say that this is like a faint glow, but it's rather bright, isn't it? Let's reach out. There we go. Take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her new and familiar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and worlds and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, a body still swaying in the wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Well, I already know I'm not imagining this, so I'm not gonna ask that. And I already know people are able to speak with me, so not really gonna ask that. Yeah, I need to understand something that has happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Right, what's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Continue.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
Yeah, when all goes well.
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks. Whiskers? It's like a Khajiit. Is that what we're dealing with here?
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Well, that's the pointer right there. That's where we need to go.
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Alright.
Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
Caldara de Baranzi. She laughs, a rasping choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife. See why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months. Looked high and low for impurities. Tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found? Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Yeah, what's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us, the best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Alright, farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
More experience. We completed the quest as well. My tank is level up, Freya. I think, what would you want? Survival for sure. Stealth is not necessary, mechanics is not necessary. Let's go with these two. Athletics and survival. Bonus knockdown. Oh wait, we can do so much here. Offensive? Like what about a knight? No. What about a soldier? I could go with one-handed style. I shouldn't build her offensive though, she should be defensive. She should have tons of defense. I don't want accuracy with certain weapons necessarily. Hold the line. Trains the character in new defensive strategies, increasing his or her engagement limits by 1. That seems like a good one. Right, these are all passive, these are just... Oh. Weapon and shield style. Equipped shield's deflection bonuses are increased and grants an equal bonus to the character's reflex. That's good. That's good. And utility. Yeah, this is a bunch of reduction. No, let's go with the sword and shield style. That seems like a... something decent there. Alright, done. Okay, all good. We could enter
17 and a half.
Right. We could enter here. The Lost Temple. Let's save though. However, I think that's gonna be for next time really. We've been streaming this for 2 hours. I'll just cut this down to a nice YouTube file. It's still gonna be 2 hours, but should be good. So thanks for watching for now. If you are on YouTube and you did enjoy this video, just leave me a like or subscribe or whatever. It is always greatly appreciated, and we will return with this rather shortly. So, thanks for now, and see you soon. Goodbye.